It's a simple lesson, and a lesson that we sometimes can forget. But I want to emphasize it here because it's so crucial to the success of your sales activity, of your marketing activity, of your client development work. That's focus on the joy of having your product and not so much on the pain that your client might be experiencing. You see, sometimes as marketers, we'll look at the pain points. Savvy marketers, savvy entrepreneurs look at the pain points and they say, what kind of pain are we solving in our clients? And how do we emphasize that so that we can sell our product or service? Now that's great and that's very effective, but sometimes we can go overboard emphasizing the pain and not doing a great job of emphasizing the joy. You see, a client is going to buy from us because a product not only eliminates pain, but it brings joy to them. And the joy can be tremendously effective because it takes the client from where they might be psychologically, which is not pleased, to a place of happiness, to a place of joy, to a place of being thrilled about how their life has been transformed by their product or service. So while pain points are very important, you really want to focus on that joy that person will experience. I mean, you don't want to say, you're really driving a terrible car, and this car really is not a great fit. Or that bag that you're carrying, it's really pretty bad. Or look at that outfit, look how ill-fitting it is. No, you don't want to do that. What you want to transport that person to the mindset of what it would be like to drive this beautiful automobile. How wonderful it would be to drive this to work, to know how comfortable it is, how soundproof it is, how luxurious it is. Wouldn't it be nice to take your family out in this automobile, or to take an extended trip in this automobile? Look at the additional room and space that's in there for all of your cargo. You can even have your pet in here and comfortably. You see, you want to transport that person to a completely different mindset. Now, once you do that, that person is then in a zone where they're convincing themselves that your product or service is what they want. I was on a train coming from Westchester to Manhattan, or the other way around, I forget what it was, but as we were passing this real estate development, I saw a marketing piece that is common. I've seen them around the country, but it was so effective because it said, if you lived here, you would already be home. Now imagine that for a moment. A person who had a hard day, a busy day. They're in the crowds of the big city, New York City. They're racing to get that particular train, and they're looking for a seat, and they've got a long ride to go. They might have parked in the commuter parking lot, and even when they get to where they're going, they have to drive a distance to get home. It can be a significant ordeal. And then they glance over and they see this beautiful real estate complex that said, hey, you'd be home already if you lived here. And you paint a picture of how nice it would be to live there. Well, that really can have a major impact. Sure, you can talk about the pain that a person goes through, the how hectic it is to commute, and how time-consuming it is. But being able to zero in on that joy can really make a big difference. So you want to make that joy a point of reality, and you want to really emphasize that and define it and make it really clear. Imagine coming home and having this beautiful on-site fitness center. Imagine entertaining in this beautiful community room with the sun cascading through the windows. Imagine enjoying this heated pool and the barbecue that's set up in this outdoor space. Imagine enjoying your family gatherings in this beautiful room that we have set up for your entertainment, the 24-hour doorman who's here to take care of your packages and make sure that the place is safe, and all of those things. You see, it paints a picture of somewhere that you really would like to be and an experience you'd like to have. So that's what you want to do, and you want to be sure that you get beyond the idea of just the basics associated with your product and service. I often talk about this and how you don't want to fixate on the thing and just the basic features and benefits that exist. But you really want to transport someone to feeling that experience, to feeling what's involved in the process. So there's three components to this idea of focusing on joy. The first thing is, what is the joy? What is the joy of having your product? It's pinpointing it. What will they experience? How will they feel? What is it that's different than what they're currently experiencing? Make sure that you get a really clear grasp of what that is, because you want to be able to crystallize that in their mind. And that's really what the conversation is about, the joy. As someone is looking at the product, you're talking about the joy. Imagine, having your holiday gatherings in a kitchen like this. Imagine using a stove like this. Imagine having a refrigerator like this to accommodate you and keep everything at the right temperature. Imagine how it keeps your vegetables at the right temperature, and it keeps your butter at the right temperature. Imagine, the differences and how different it would be to live in this way. So you want to capture what's the joy, what is the joy. Now the next thing you want to do is, I was doing a little bit of it there, is you want to set the stage. You want to imagine that this is almost like a movie, and you're describing the scene so that the person can really imagine what it would be like. Imagine being able to, take off your shoes and sit comfortably in this beautiful, great room that's here, and being able to enjoy that and look out the window and see that spectacular view and really enjoy that, and know that you've got the benefits of being in the city and seeing the landscape of the city, the skyscrapers, the water, the park, the view, but you're nestled so comfortably in this beautiful apartment. And if you want a little bit of outside, you open these beautiful doors, you step out, and you take in some of that air, and you just enjoy the magnificence of being in this spectacular setting. So you want to set the stage, and what I'm saying here is really work on that. Don't just do what so many people do today, is they just kind of pluck the common words out of the air. This is amazing. It's an amazing place. Be more creative than that. Work on that. Think about it and come up with something that will really be compelling. Use your dictionary. Use your thesaurus. Really imagine what it would be like to make those words leap off the page, or leap off the video, or really enchant the person who's listening to your audio. So set the stage. Now the third thing I would recommend here is that you demonstrate some evidence of this. You show this by taking a person, a client, and demonstrating either a case study or even better, a testimonial, where someone could say, boy, do I love this product. What a difference this product has made in my life. And a real breathing person can say, this is one of the best decisions I've ever made. If you can do that, it really adds dimension to what you're talking about. Social proof, credibility. It underscores everything you're saying. And people today are pretty cynical because there's so much marketing, there's so much advertising, but there's nothing like hearing it from someone and looking at someone and realizing that when you see this person has experienced what you're considering. So remember, while your clients might have a certain degree of pain that you want to help them overcome, there's nothing like emphasizing the joy that they will experience with your product, your service, or your experience, and really drill down deep and make sure that you are presenting that joy in a compelling way. Remember those 3 tips. Number 1, what is the joy that they will experience? Make sure you define that. Make sure that's clear to you. And make sure you know what that is so that you can then take the next step, which is set the stage. Set the stage in a dramatic, compelling way in the way you describe it. Whether it's in whatever media you use, describe it like you are describing a film, a scene out of a film. And number 3, if you can find some evidence to demonstrate that, a case study, a testimonial, someone who can tell your prospect directly that this was a great decision for them, that will really go a long way in helping you close the deal. If you like these tips, give me a thumbs up. Let me know that you like it. Share it with someone in your network. Leave a comment if you can. If you have something you want to say about it, and make sure you subscribe to my channel because I have a lot more coming. I'll see you next time.